What's up? Welcome back to my channel, or for the first time if you're new, I'm Sylvan, and today I'm going to be reacting to Asaba Harumasa's EP, Picture Book. They just can't stop releasing things, and I sort of love it. Admittedly, it seems like that'll mean that there'll be a bit of drought in a few weeks from now, because it's not staggered, but oh well. But for now, we have this here in front of us, so let's check it out. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video, leave a comment on your thoughts, and let's get into it.
Me the story from that picture book on your desk.
Oh, okay. Is this
just some doodles?
Is this song about a little picture book he made?
Saying no to you.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's fun. This is so cute already. Little wizard cat. I can't say I expected this, but I love it all, honestly. And it wears off. That fear of everyone rejecting him. They don't run away. God, I love the weird sort of little family they've got going on.
Kitty, don't be scared. Everyone loves you.
Oh, that's so cute. Cool, that's fun. That's really cute and wholesome. Okay, so I'm gonna be a little quicker so I'm gonna try to be a little quicker going through this because I also need to get to watching the Myriad Celestia trailer for Fugue tonight, but I'm still gonna try to go through this and touch on as many things as I can. So to preface this before we start, I haven't done his quests yet, so I don't know necessarily what additional info about his past we get from there, but regardless, I can already pick up, just from what we've seen in his demo and such, a lot of details about what this entire EP is about, narratively and thematically. So obviously we have the framework here of Sokaku wants Harumasa to tell her a story, specifically the story from the picture book on his desk, which he claims is just some doodles, but as we see in a moment here, as he reluctantly agrees to do it, we see it's practically a full picture book with an actual hardcover, it looks like even. And we see on the cover the 4 cats there, very identifiable of who's who. The pink tall one is Yanagi, the short blue and black striped one is Sokaku, the white one with the headband is Asaba, and the black one with the little hairpin is Miyabi. So clearly this is a picture book that he had created probably in a way to process his emotions and fears surrounding this kind of thing that we see the story is about, of this cursed person who seeks to fit in with those around them and has in some way managed to integrate, but fears that that will eventually wear thin and their quote-unquote true form will be revealed, at which point everyone will abandon them. And that is, as we saw in the demo, a deep-seated fear of Harumasa's. But evidently, he wrote this story to be the ideal version of it, the version he hopes for, or perhaps, depending on the exact details of his history and what the rest of Section 6 knows about it, potentially already happened. But regardless, whether it's a hope for the future or a reality of what has happened, the story ends with them still accepting him, which is just really nice. But to go through it more specifically, we move into the story. Once upon a time, there was a cursed cat. It had claws as big as a bear's and teeth sharper than a shark's. It was quite a frightful sight. And then we go to our first visual. We see the base form version of Harumasa's cat form or identity or whatever. And I find the ears interesting. Almost horn-like with these little divots out of it, or almost spiraling potentially. But he's looking up at a cat-shaped cloud. We shift to the perspective of the reflection in his eye, and him just sort of, not necessarily sad, but just sort of clearly lonely, and wanders off, peeking around a tree, looking at just the other normal cats, clearly wanting to join them, but feels like they can't. They look so happy, I wish I could join them, literally as I was just saying. But if they see my claws and teeth, they'll surely run away. In all likelihood, this is speaking to whatever power he has, whether it was gained from the experiments done on him or from prior to that. He has formidable strengths and power that he fears will scare people away from him. So he leaves, and we have this absurdly little sad but adorable image of them wandering with this little, like, slinky tube thing over their body. And throughout all of this, though I'm not looking at the exact lyrics necessarily, they are very much replicating this theme and narrative of the loneliness and fear of rejection and hiding and pretending not to care about it, as we see with this line, that kind of thing. It's very much just getting at that same idea. But then he visits the witch or wizard cat. I have a potion that will conceal the powers that scare the other cats, but before they can finish, Cat Harumasa just speaks up saying, "You must sell it to me, whatever the cost." Looking up in wonder at the potion being given, without a moment's hesitation, the cursed cat gulped down the potion. They transform into a much more normal white cat appearance. Their ears are all normal. We see them being just out amongst people, excited seeing that nobody is running in fear from them because they seem normal. It's turned me into an ordinary cat, an ordinary person. They get a job, they make a friend with a younger associate who offers food, they make friends with someone else who they work late night hours with, and they train in the yard with their other friend. All of these obviously having their direct comparison points. They're just happily walking along the path. We can see that Cat Miyabi is just thinking of fighting, as she always does. Cat Yanagi and Cat Sokaku are together. As the lyrics speak to the hope and self-assurance that life will always surely stay this way, that I have found this salvation, this solace in others that I have achieved through the means of this potion. Surely this will stay this way. We get the imagery of an hourglass, signifying that the time of this idealistic life is almost over. And as it runs out, lyrics say, "I want to believe this will never change," only for there to be a poof of smoke, and he turns back. Oh no, they'll be scared of me and think I'm a monster. I'm gonna be all alone again. All the fears return. They never truly left, but he had the confidence that he could have at least hid them. And he immediately envisions everyone around him disappearing, him being suddenly alone. He closes his eyes to make sure that he just doesn't see them leave, as that would be too much. But once he does finally open them, his friends are still there. They're reaching out to him even. They're not upset. And I gotta say, I absolutely love the expressions of all of them here. I love Yanagi's little face here. No matter what powers you have or what you look like, you're our friend. The cats embraced it as one of their own. He then reaches up towards the same cat cloud he was looking at before, but this time happy, with a content expression on their face. They aren't lonely anymore, as one by one we see their friends fade into view around them. He walks along, and the story ends on this shot of the potion from the magic shop, and we return to the real world, having finished telling the story, and Sukaku is asleep, but mumbling in her sleep, saying, "Kitty, don't be scared." And as she does, Yanagi and Miyabi seem to take notice of what's going on and just sort of look over as Sukaku says, "Everyone loves you." Whether or not Sukaku realizes what she's saying or what her words mean, it effectively serves as that affirmation that the cat version of Harumasa in the story got at the end of the story. With that, Harumasa knows that he is among his people. He has found the people who accept him regardless of who he is or what he may secretly be like, and that just pleases him. He doesn't make a big deal out of it, but it makes him happy. It just ends on this nice little shot of essentially the cat interpretation of what just happened. Sokaku is asleep, Yanagi and Miyabi are looking over at Sokaku and Harumasa, as Harumasa is just happily there, happy to be accepted. Now, based on the fact that he's in his white cat form here, makes me think that there hasn't necessarily yet been a point where he has quote-unquote reverted back to his original form or whatever. He hasn't turned ethereal or anything, and therefore potentially the rest of Section 6 maybe doesn't know or doesn't know the full story, maybe. Either way, there is this affirmation here that all of Section 6 loves him, however indirectly, but I don't think that necessarily has been put to the test by him actually reverting back to whatever form he fears he will take on. But with that, other than just going directly over all of the lyrics, which I feel like isn't particularly necessary, all the lyrics are of the same vein of concept. It pretty much one-to-one follows the storyline that we're shown with the cat storyline, just with slightly different terminology. So with that, I think I'll leave it there. I know it's a bit shorter, but I want to be able to get to both this and the Myriad Celestia trailer. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe, leave a comment on your thoughts, and I hope you all had a great day, and goodbye.